So I have this beautiful floral couch on a wood frame, and I got it off of Facebook Marketplace. It has this beautiful floral detailing and bear claw feet, and it came with this matching seat as well in the same fabric, and it has the same detailing. This pattern is really gorgeous. I love the pillows too. I wanted to reupholster it myself and take you guys along with me as I learn. It will be a process. I'm starting with the cushions, which should be fairly easy compared to the rest, and I'll take you guys along with me. So here's the fabric I ordered online. I got a lot of it. We'll see how much I use for the whole project. I might have to end up ordering a little bit more. So I'm just laying out the fabric over this first, just to see if you've worked with velvet, there's like a direction, and it looks like it's all going that way. So I might decide to flip the fabric and have it so the grain is going up, just because I really love the look of the reflective side more. From this side, if you can see the direction it's coming towards us now, it looks a little bit darker, so, which I don't mind either. I think it's pretty too, but I like the more shimmery look with velvet. So I'm just laying it out, seeing how it looks, and keeping in mind the direction of the fabric now that I'm deciding I want it to go up, so that when I sew the cushions, I can make it in that direction. And then eventually when I work on the reupholster of the rest of the sofa, I'll keep it with the same direction. But I think it's a beautiful color, especially with this wood. It's more of a richer mauve, like dusty rose mauve. So I've taken the cushions off, and I'm going to take the cushion covers completely off. There's zippers on the side. And then I'm gonna just use this little tiny seam ripper to take the seams apart and then lay it out, and we'll just use that as a guide to cut out the upholstery fabric. Hey, okay, so just wanted to show you guys, they have zippers, and I'm probably going to just use these same zippers. There's not much of a liner around the stuffing. I did already take these off once before when I first purchased the sofa off of Facebook Marketplace, because I wanted to clean these. So I did check the cushions already, and that was only a few months ago, and they're not moldy or in poor shape or anything. So yeah, I'm just gonna take these off. You can see just comes off kind of easily. So I noticed that there is rope, or there was rope in the side seams. So if you take a look at one of these that's still together, there's a little bit of, I don't know what you'd call this, but I think this is to help prevent like wear from sitting, and it's also like a really nice detail. And so I took it apart, and it looks like they put cord there. So when I cut out this pattern, there's just one piece, at least for this cushion, that goes around, that the cord is wrapped on both ends, if that makes any sense. So I also wanted to, this is kind of like my miscellaneous sewing stuff. I have like random stuff for my sewing machine, ribbons, buttons, pin cushion. But I keep my thread in this little box in here, and I'm just trying to decide. I think this one that I've already used is the closest color match. It is a cotton thread though, so I'm wondering if maybe, I mean, I can use probably a polyester one too, or like one of these, just to see, maybe these would have a better hold than just the cotton. The cotton might tear, but this is pretty good. This is pretty good thread. I now have the patterns cut out, and just looking at this other cushion for reference, I think I'm going to start with the zipper. So these two sections are where the zipper will go in between. And then this section goes towards that top. And then this thicker section wraps around the bottom like this. And both this section as well as the section after I sew in the zipper will have these two cords kind of like folded under on the edges like that, and then sewn along like a seam like that. And then after these cords are sewn into these, I'll sew them to these two to connect them. So I've finished the zipper. So I sewed the two smaller panels together and then connected it to this longer one. So in theory, this rope I'll insert here and fold over and then sew. And then has a second rope, so same thing with the other side. Okay, so I finished sewing these cushions. This is just one that I've kept up in my room. And I'll show you what it looks like on the sofa. There are tiny little imperfections that I'll probably just redo. Like I need to trim these frays. And there's a little bit of bunching on some of the corners of them. And I have a ton of leftover fabric. So after I reupholster like the rest of the sofa, if I have still some leftover, which I'm thinking I'll have a lot still left over, I might just redo like the two corner cushions. I think just the bunching right here is bothering me, but overall I think it was pretty good. Okay, here they are on the sofa. Doesn't look too bad. It's definitely gonna look pretty with the rest of it reupholstered. And I'm realizing now too, this cushion that I'm having issue with, like noticing the bunching, I also put in the wrong direction, like the outer fabric, or maybe I need to change these too, just so it's like that's gonna be annoying. Let's see. Yeah, I wonder, I can flip over the middle one. That's funny. This is kind of like a me problem, I guess. So now, but then this one, can't do much. And it's the opposite, or it's the same as the other one, so if I trade them out, it will look the same too. Which is fine, I guess. It's gonna bug me though. So maybe I just change this one. And maybe redo this one too. I might end up redoing all of them, but I think it turned out pretty good. It does look pretty cute, just with the floral fabric still on it too, but I don't know. I really want to reupholster the whole thing. That velvet fabric I got is so nice. And I do have this chair that will still, I want to keep the floral fabric. And then this one I'm most likely going to get rid of, just because it kind of feels like it clashes now. It's like a different shade of pink, and it's actually really pretty under here. It's another cute floral print, but it's not the same as that, which is why it's covered. So I don't know what I'll do with it. I might even consider reupholstering this in a more neutral tone, but we'll see. It might take me a minute to do the whole reupholstery, like the rest of it. But I looked at a lot of tutorials online. It looks doable, so we'll see. Okay, so I've gotten to the stage now where I'm going to start reupholstering the rest of the sofa. So I removed the seats. I'm probably gonna vacuum this just a little bit, but now I'm just gonna look really closely to figure out where to start to take this apart. It looks like a lot of it is sewn together and then stapled on, which is nice actually, because I think it has like a nicer finish. Like here you can see there's seams where it's sewn. Obviously this whole tufted section will be really interesting to learn, but I'm excited. I think it might start like right under here, but I'll have to start looking. I'm pretty sure also this has similar cording sewn to this fabric, like how the cushions are, and then I believe, because it's double corded, I believe the staples are in between here, because it lifts on this end and on this end, but not in the middle. So I think I might actually start here to remove and then see where that leads me. So I tipped it on its back and I started with just this front seam thing, and I think it ends like right here on both sides. And then there's this covering that I'm gonna take out. And then I'm sure once that's out, I'm able to take the back off. There's something kind of satisfying about pulling these out. It's weird.
It's me corrupting you. I like this.
Okay, so this is like the third day that I've been working on this, and I think I've made a lot of good progress. I'm just waiting. The little tuft buttons are a little bit difficult to change out the fabric in them, so I might order some new ones. But once those are done, then I can secure like the back and the back side. But I think right now I'm going to secure down everywhere else that I can, like on the bottom, and then add the trim where I can. And the back side is open. I can't put like the covering on it yet until those little tuft buttons are secured back there. So I think for now I'm gonna just work on securing everywhere else that I can. So I put the flash on so you could see a little bit better, but this fabric right here, it looks like silk, but it's just a satin blend, and it doesn't have any stretch, which is why I decided to use it, because the cotton that was there before had no stretch. And this is really thick, like thick satin. It's a little bit slightly see-through when you hold like a flashlight like this to it, but it's actually pretty thick, and it doesn't like doesn't give me any concern of like ripping or anything like that, or stretching. So right now I think I'm just gonna like pull everything taut and staple it down, and then I need to take out these staples. I was waiting until the last minute to do that. I kind of just pulled the fabric off of it, but that's this little line where these staples are where I'll be holding it taut and stapling around, and then trimming off the excess and putting the lining on it so it looks nice and neat. So I've been working on this for a little bit, and I realize I haven't updated you guys, but I'm just doing the tufts now. I had a really hard time removing the fabric, like the original fabric from them, so I just wrapped the new fabric over and sewed on the back. We'll see if that ends up being secure enough. It should, but yeah, so I'm just starting from the middle and working my way out and just puncturing these through, and then on the back side there's these little stoppers on the back side. After it's punctured through, I'm just sliding these on. Just adding the trimming along the edges. I already added some up here. The only thing that I think I'll go back later and do is maybe get more thin staples. It's not that noticeable, like from a distance, and maybe it's just the color of fabric, but like when you look up close, you can see the staples. Obviously from certain angles, it's not, but that might just be a me thing. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, like right here you can see the staple kind of shining. I don't know, it kind of bugs me. Okay, I finished the sofa. It turned out pretty good. I still didn't ever fix that one cushion that was like the wrong direction, but I have quite a bit of upholstery fabric left over, so I might just do that later. And there's a little bit of imperfections, like it's kind of loosely stapled in some spots that I'll probably end up fixing later. And I don't know if you can tell in the other clips, but a lot of the wood had a lot of scratches in it from when I removed the staples. But I just buffed it out with some oil temporarily, and I know I'm gonna get some pledge because I think pledge will work better for that. But all in all, I think it turned out pretty cute. And it's so cute. I kept the matching pillows to create like an accent, but I think it looks so cute. The matching chair I'm going to just leave as is, as an accent chair. Maybe one day, I have a lot of the fabric left over, so maybe one day I'll reupholster it as well, but I think it's cute. Adds a little bit of texture, and this velvet is so pretty. I did end up only putting the back fabric the direction that way. I was originally wanting it to go like the direction up and down, but it wasn't wide enough to do the other way, so I think it still turned out pretty good. Thank you guys so much for watching, and tune in. I'm gonna do some vlogs, so some long form vlogs, but tune into my TikTok and shorts videos where I post almost daily on there. But thanks so much. Bye.